Housing affects many aspects of our life daily. It can regulate our emotions, it can dictate how much money we choose to spend, and it can also affect how we choose to interact with our family. Mary Cunningham, Senior VP for Research Management at Urban Institute, in her 2016 article for Urban Wire, says housing plays a crucial role in providing stability to poor families. When families lack it, there are terrible consequences. Research shows that eviction can cause or can have enduring effects on families' ability to obtain necessities like food, water, and medicine, and can cause depression amongst mothers. It could also there's a strong body of evidence that links inadequate housing and homelessness to child abuse and neglect. A stable housing system can significantly reduce poverty by providing stability, improving health, and economically boosting economic mobility. An overview of housing. Today I'm going to be giving you an overview of how housing affects many aspects of our lives, and how if we change those aspects of our lives or if we change those issues of housing, we can improve poverty. The first benefit that you can receive from a stable housing system would be stability itself. Most families or parents aren't worried about their children's development or education because they're more worried about how they're going to eat or what next roof is going to be over their head, where they're going to live. Um, Margaret B. Kushel, author for Division of General Internal Medicine, in her 2020 study, Housing Instability, and Food Security as a Barrier to Healthcare for Low-Income Americans, says housing instability impacts affect some populations more than others. Moving 3 or more times a year is called multiple moves and has been associated with negative health outcomes in children. Children who move frequently are more likely to chronic conditions and poor physical health. They are less likely to have consistent health care. Stability is not the only benefit that you can get from a stable housing system. You can also receive improved health, both mentally and physically. Most of the improved mental health is accredited to less financial stress and easier access to food and healthcare. Mindy Owlett, Janet Viverosos, and Nabiha Makbul, in their 2015 article titled The Impacts of Affordable Housing on Health for the National Housing Conference, says affordable housing alleviates crowding and makes more resources available to pay for healthcare and food, which leads to better health and which leads to better health outcomes. High quality housing limits exposure to environmental toxins that impact health. Stable and affordable housing supports mental health by limiting stressors and fin- and by limiting stressors to financial related to financial burdens, frequent moves, or by offering an escape from an abusive environment. Stability and improved health aren't the only benefits that you can receive, which are mental benefits. You can also receive environmental benefits, which would be the boosted economic mobility. So, stable housing can boost economic mobility by providing access to better job opportunities, better education opportunities, and just more wealth endeavors. Christy Rameshakahan, Elizabeth Champion, and Megan Gallagher, and Keith Fudge, in their 2021 article for the Urban Institute, says high quality housing that is affordable, stable, and supports asset building, and is in a neighborhood of opportunity and can promote upward mobility. Is housing that will is housing that will promote upward mobility. Housing that lacks this quality can inhibit mobility. Today, I gave a few examples or of aspects that housing affects, and I also gave you examples of how it would make how we can fix those aspects of our lives to make our housing system better to improve poverty. Let's see. A stable housing system isn't the only way to stop poverty, and it will not stop it on its own. A. Spada, M. Fuori, and A. Galleghi, professors at the University of Foggia, in an article for the National Library of Medicine titled The Impact of Education and Culture on Poverty Reduction, says previous studies shows that investing in health and education is another way to reduce income inequality and poverty. And even though a stable housing system isn't the only way to relieve poverty, it is it is one of the greater aspects of the issue of poverty, and relieving that one at least will get so many low class and homeless families above the line of poverty. Thank you.